This is a video tutorial for CP6f Radioactive Decay. Now for your exam, you need to be able to draw the atomic notation for simple atoms like this. So we've got an aluminium atom here with 13 protons and 13 neutrons. Pause the video now and see if you can draw the atomic notation for this atom. Okay, so you should have got aluminium, which is Al, 13, remember this is the atomic number, so this is the number of protons. There are 13 protons, so this number's 13. And the number at the top here should be 26, so this is the atomic mass. This is the number of protons and neutrons. 13 protons plus 13 neutrons gives you 26. Now I'm going to say that this undergoes alpha decay. So alpha decay, if you remember from the previous lesson, is helium 4, 2. So it's got 2 protons and 2 neutrons, giving it an atomic mass of 4 and an atomic number of 2. So if this is being emitted from the nucleus, how many protons and neutrons are going to be left? Once again, pause the video and see if you can work out how many protons and neutrons are going to be left. Okay, so if 2 protons have left, then there must be 11 left in the nucleus. You started with 13, you've lost 2, there's going to be 11. And it's going to be the same for the neutrons. Started with 13, 26 minus 13, 13 neutrons, and you've lost 2. There's going to be 11 neutrons left. So the symbol for what is going to be left is going to be this. It's going to be sodium, 11 protons, 22 protons and neutrons. Okay, and this is what we are left with. Now if you notice here, 26 here, 4 and 22. The numbers on this side must add up to the numbers on this side. 4 plus 22 is 26, and 2 plus 11 is 13. And that is going to be a repeating thing that we notice while drawing out these nuclear decay equations. So once again, notice that the atomic number and the mass number must equal on both sides of the arrow. And this is because the number of protons and the number of neutrons does not change during alpha decay. So 26 is 4 plus 22, and 13 is 2 plus 11. So alpha decay is relatively straightforward when trying to write out these equations. You might be given this part, and asked for this bit, or they might give you this bit, and ask you to give you this bit, or they might give you the product and the original atom and ask for what type of decay is it. And it's relatively easy to spot when it is helium, an alpha decay. So here's another question for you to try. Radium-226 emits an alpha particle. What is the other product? Pause the video and see if you can do this question. Okay, so hopefully you ended up with radon-222 and 86, because 2 plus 86 is 88, and 222 plus 4 is 226. Remember, the numbers have to equal on both sides. Okay, we're going to move on to beta decay now. Now there are 2 types of beta decay. There's beta plus, where it's a positron emitted from the nucleus, and beta minus, where it's an electron emitted from the nucleus. We're going to start looking at beta minus decay. Now during beta minus decay, inside the nucleus, a neutron turns into a proton and an electron. Now another key thing with these decays is that charge must always be conserved. So if charge is always conserved, it means that the total charge must stay the same before and after the reaction, or after the decay. So we have a neutron here with charge 0. Let's just check that this works. That goes to a proton and an electron. So we have charge 0 is 1 minus 1, and that works. Okay, the charges are balanced on each side. So what will happen to the atomic number and the mass number during beta minus decay? Well, the total number of protons and neutrons stays the same, so the mass number will not change. One neutron becomes one proton, the mass number is not going to change. But the atomic number is going to go up by 1. You've gained a proton. Remember, the atomic number is just the number of protons, so the proton or atomic number is going to go up by 1. So mass number stays the same, atomic number increases by 1. So here's a question for you to try. Iodine 131 undergoes beta minus decay. What is the other product? Pause the video, have a go at this question. Okay. Hopefully you would have got xenon 54131. Now once again, notice that even if you didn't know that the atomic number goes up by 1 and the atomic mass stays the same, you could have done the same trick that we did with alpha decay. The numbers on each side have to equal. 131 is 0 plus 131, and 53 is minus 1 plus 54. Okay, so exactly the same as alpha decay. These numbers must add up on each side of the arrow. They must be the same. Now during beta plus decay, it's the opposite that happens. A proton turns into a neutron and a positron. Once again, charge must be conserved, and I've shown here that the charge is conserved. Plus 1 is 0 plus 1. So the charge before and after is the same. So what's going to happen to the atomic number and the mass number? Well, as the same with beta minus decay, the total number of protons and neutrons stays the same, so the mass number will not change. However, there'll be one fewer proton, as that proton is turned into a neutron, so the atomic number is going to decrease by 1. So rather than increasing by 1, beta minus, it's going to decrease by 1 this time. Okay, so here's another question for you to try. Iodine 131 undergoes beta plus decay. What is the other product? Okay, hopefully you would have got this time technetium 131 and 52. Once again, look, the numbers on each side of the arrow are the same. 0 plus 131 is 131, and 53 is 1 plus 52. Now the last two types of decays you might be asked for are neutron decay, where you have, for example, helium 5-2 emitting a neutron and becoming helium 4-2. And as once again, notice that the numbers here do not change before and after. 5 is 1 plus 4, and 2 is 0 plus 2. So if you can remember that these numbers must be the same on each side of the arrow, you should find these decay equations relatively straightforward to do. The last one, gamma decay, is probably the easiest. Gamma has no charge and no mass, so both of its numbers here are 0. So gamma decay doesn't actually change the atom at all. It still has the same mass number and the same atomic number. Once again, notice that the total atomic number and mass number must be the same on both sides. The overall charge, atomic number, atomic mass must stay the same before and after the decay. Those numbers stay the same. Okay, just to finish off, I've got here 7 questions for you to try. Pause the video, see what you get, and then I'll go through the answers in a moment. Okay, so for A, you should have got uranium 240, 92. Again, numbers being equal on both sides. B, you should have this atom here with 233 mass number, 91 atomic number. 8 and 4, 187, 77, 222, 86, 16, 7, and 283. Hopefully this should make sense. Thank you very much for watching.